Hey everybody, it's Chris Russell here from the Locked On Washington Football Team podcast. Well, obviously huge news. The NFL has concluded that Dan Snyder and the Washington Football Team will not be suspended and instead will be fined $10 million as a result of the workplace investigation conducted by Beth Wilkinson and her Washington, D.C. based law firm. So that's the big news. In the NFL's explanation and report, they listed 10 different recommendations that Wilkinson and her firm recommended to them that be put in place for the Washington Football Team. Now, here's the problem and here's the rub. And this is my biggest contention, although many people will have an issue with no suspension or not being forced to sell the team for Dan Snyder. My biggest problem is that there was no written report required of Beth Wilkinson by the NFL. We don't have any exact on-the-record account of what actually transpired with over 150 plus interviews. The NFL, Lisa Friel, who's in charge of this area of the league, said, we wanted to protect confidentiality. They could have redacted names easily. And yet they chose not to have a written report. In other words, they chose to just take whatever Beth Wilkinson told them with no record, no quotes, no documents, no nothing, no recordings, no transcriptions, and said, okay, this is what you've said, this is what you're telling us, this is what you're reporting. We're going to fine Dan Snyder $10 million and not suspend him. That sounds great. But there's all sorts of logistical problems when you don't have any official written account. Not to mention other NFL investigations, such as the Ray Rice, Deflategate, that were done by special investigators. They were all, in terms of written reports, near 100 or over 100 pages of written reports. So why did the NFL not want this? Probably because they did not want the salacious details to be available for anybody to access with their own eyes. I'm Chris Russell, Locked On Washington Football.